This morning, a North Carolina man is out on bail after allegedly threatening federal workers trying to help the region recover from Hurricane Helene. Officials say 44-year-old William Parsons threatened to harm FEMA employees while armed with a rifle and a handgun. FEMA has said it has made some operational adjustments following the threat.
The worst part of it is that the disaster survivors are really being hurt by this.
The arrest comes after weeks of misinformation about FEMA's response to recent hurricanes, but in nearby Asheville, signs of hope. Water services returning to parts of the city 17 days after the hurricane knocked out essential services. Nearly 100 people were killed in North Carolina by Helene, and overnight in Florida, the death toll rising after Hurricane Milton. Officials there say at least 23 people have died following last week's storm. Communities still reeling from power outages, long gas lines, and lingering flooding.
This is what the Silver Oaks neighborhood in Zephyrhills, Florida looks like. It is under waist-deep water. Residents here tell me that about 50 homes have been impacted, and this water hasn't receded at all.
In Florida, as of last night, about 200,000 customers were still out of power 5 days after Milton's landfall. Cristian Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Okay. Shalom, shalom, Yashar Allah. Start out first things first, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakadash, which in the Petty Hubutam is correct names of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to your sister and brothers that's laboring in this truth, and shalom to you brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Woo! It's getting real hot. It's getting real hot. It's heating up. Yashar, as we just see from that clip, there was an Edomite man getting in trouble for threatening. You know, I heard on TikTok, they said he had the gun. He was threatening to shoot the FEMA troops. So what is that doing? That's showing us the sparks of civil war is at play. Second Edge is about to come into a reality. And it's just getting started. And the reason it happened is that what I'm hearing is that the Edomites, the elites that own BlackRock and Vanguard, are trying to buy up the land in North Carolina by the mountains because there is lithium up under the mountains. So they're telling the people they got to move out and get out of there. And you know, like I know, Yashar, Esau ain't taking that, man. He going to pull up that sword and he going to fight. And then the people ain't getting no help, no aid from the government. Yet they now, Esau starting to see the government is not for him. They coming down on great wrath on everybody. You know, starting with Esau, like his white privilege been revoked. And so, you know, like I know, Yashar, Esau going to retaliate violently. He's the violent, bloody man. And they're going to jump this thing off, man. They're going to jump off the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble. Which you go to the scriptures. Let's go to second. Hey, let's get that. Because that's signs of that right there that we just seen. You know, dude busting at FEMA agents. That's a government organization. That dude is part of the working class people. And those two groups, it look like they're about to fight real soon, Yashar. So this second edge is 15 and 15. For the sword and the destruction drive nigh. The war is coming. And one people to stand up to fight against another and swords in their hands. That's about to happen. We just got a little taste. That dude just got arrested for that. And this done started a chain reaction because the government has already enacted another law to combat that. So let's go to the whistleblower. It's going to show you that, hey, the government had a response to that. You know, the government don't want you messing with their agents. They got a job to do. And what they was doing down there is clearing their land out so they can go ahead and mine the minerals. And then Esau, like, man, they probably, what, third generation farmer or land. Or, you know, they ain't trying to get a house up. So they're going to use their sword. And they're going to get it on and cracking. This is right before the election. So let me show you what reaction did it cause.
This is Dabu 7. A heads up here. for some moves that were just made by the Pentagon that slid under the radar for the most part, and most people don't realize what they've done here. The Pentagon issuing a federal directive that now allows the military to use lethal force against Americans. And we'll take a look at this here. We'll go down to page 13, and it starts to speak of here of what the Secretary of Defense has in his power. These are the shots he can call Lloyd Austin right here in terms of a decision to approve request for these types of assistances. They say right here under C, assistance in responding with assets with potential for lethality or any situation in which it is reasonably foreseeable that providing the requested assistance may involve the use of force and that it's likely to result in lethal force, including death or serious bodily injury. It also includes all support to civilian law enforcement officials in situations where a confrontation between civilian law enforcement and civilian individuals or groups is reasonably anticipated. This is telling you right there, if they are called in as backup in a hostile situation, a confrontation between law enforcement and the people, any Civil War, revolutionary type of setting here, the feds are saying that the military can use lethal force. It says it right there in front of your face. It also goes on after this to say that they can use drones on us here in the United States. People, you better wake up. This is what they've got planned. It's on the books right now. And you better hope you're in a state that has passed laws where they don't allow this to happen. For instance, in my state of Kentucky, they put a law on the books that the feds cannot come here and support any type of police activity like that whatsoever. If they do come here, the feds are on their own. The police can't help them. The sheriffs can't help them. National Guard can't help them. No one. They're on their own if they try to come in here in Kentucky. So, just a heads up to what's going down here. I see this playing big here in the future. I'll leave a link. Join me for the live streams where I talk about this in greater detail. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on Dabu 77. Much love.
So right there, according to the whistleblower, which I've been saying from other brothers, everybody been doing lessons on that. They just gave the government, the military, the right to use lethal force on American people. Why? Because they know it's a war about to happen, y'all, Shrala. They know it. So they're setting up the legislation so they can go ahead and, open fire on the public. Because the public is about to fight back, And we look on the backdrop of the election. If it don't go the way certain people wanted to go, because they only got the calm because they think they're going to get their guy or get their girl in office. And if it don't go right, they're going to lash out violently, man. People just lost their homes. They done lost everything they had. People backs against the wall. The government ain't doing nothing for them, showing no love. Only want to get them $750. And I'm hearing that's a loan. They got to pay that back. And that's just a injury to insult, man, pissing people off. So as Esau sees that, learning that his government doesn't have his back, he's going to start forming small militias, and they're going to fight back. Esau's putting a law so they can do what they do. And really, that's just, let's get to the precept. That's just right here coming into play. Let's get Revelation 12 and 12, because Esau's ready to come down that great wrath. They're not play no more games. Like, they getting ready for it, because their time is coming up short. So this is Revelation 12 and 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. That's us. Woe to the habitants of the earth and of the sea, 2/3. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, Esau, even so-called white man, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So we've been seeing a lot of chariot activity. You can tell by the prophecies that Yahweh Shah is about to come back real soon. So what did it tell Esau he got to do? He got to get the hurry up and unaliving people. But come down with great wrath. You hear what the whistleblower said? They're going to use drones to attack the American public. If the American public get in the way and try to stop their operations, they don't get in the way. Then you got the presidential candidates talking crazy, talking real greasy. You know, got that war talk in their mouth. And I'm going to show you a clip. I'm going to show clips of both of them. But, hey, Trump, who I call Mr. AKA, Mr. Set It Off, hey, man, he's not sparing nothing, man. He's letting it be known what he's about and what he going to do. So, no further ado, let's go check out Trump. And peep what he say, Yashara. Like, that dude, he's in full dictator mode. Full-blown dictator mode. Both of them is. But Trump talking straight reckless. Check this out, Yashara. He going to say a mouthful. And pay attention to what acts he talking about putting into play, these new laws that's on place that he want to get implemented.
And I'm hereby calling for the death penalty for any migrant that kills an American citizen or a law enforcement officer. San Antonio Police very aptly named their law enforcement effort Operation Aurora, because Aurora was the one that was first and got all that publicity. Operation Aurora. In honor of Jocelyn Nungari, Laken Riley, beautiful Laken, Rachel Morin, and all of the others that are dead and or mortally wounded at the hands of migrants who should never have been allowed into our country. I'm announcing today that upon taking office, we will have an Operation Aurora at the federal level. To expedite the removals of these savage gangs, and I will invoke the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. Think of that. 1798, this was put there, 1798, that's a long time ago, right? To target and dismantle every migrant criminal network operating on American soil. We will send elite squads of ICE, Border Patrol, and federal law enforcement officers to hunt down, arrest, and deport every last illegal alien gang member until there is not a single one left in this country. And if they come back into our country, they will be told it is an automatic 10-year sentence in jail with no possibility of parole. And I'm hereby calling for the death penalty for any migrant that kills an American citizen or a law enforcement officer.
Yeah, as you peep that, Yashara, you have a presidential candidate calling for the death penalty. He riling up his base. He talking about going for blood. Then he talking about enacting the 1798 Aliens Enemies Act. And basically what that is, it allows them to put people into camps, concentration camps, to sort you out. Basically, man, that's dragon talk right there. If Trump becomes president, he's going to use the government to attack the nation of Israel. Because once they go after the northern tribe, they're going to go after the southern tribe too. He's going to enact Rex 84, King Alfred, all that's going to play. He got new projects, some of the Aurora Project. But this dude ain't playing no games. He's putting this out here in the public, telling you what he about to do. They ain't got time to play. You know, so let's get back to the scriptures. Because Jake thinks stuff a game. They don't know, like, how serious it is right now. Like, these devils is telling you, I'm getting ready to come after you, man. You know? And see, that's that Revelation 12 and 17. It says, and the dragon was wroth with the woman. That dragon represents Esau Edom's diabolical government system. That's their dragon. And then the woman, that's the nation of Israel. So, you know, the Edomite government is mad at the nation of Israel. And it says it went to make war with the remnant of her seed. So they about to come after all of Israel, man, looking for the hopeful elect. And they ain't going to sort it out. Oh, you a 2/3, you hopeful elect? No, they're going to put everybody in one little pot together. and try to eliminate all of us. And it says, which keep the commandments of Yahweh and have the testimony of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. So they will come after us super hard, us in this truth, which we ain't worried about. We ain't scared, man. We in the house of David. We in this truth. Like, we waiting on Esau to bust a move. But everybody outside this house, outside of this truth, hey, the Lord gonna allow Esau to have his way with you, man. It's gonna be real bad. This devil got technology. This devil got a great sword. Hey, he about to get busy on the nation. That's why we be on the highway hedges pleading for Jake to come in this truth, because it's about to get real bloody out here, man. It's about to get real bloody. We talking about war. Civil war is about to break out in Babylon the Great real soon. Real soon. Especially you got candidates like that talking like that. You know, putting it out there. I want this law. We're going to do this jail time. He talking about the death penalty. This devil talking that bloody talk. Yasharala, he want that blood. You know? And so a lot of people are going to fight against that. It's going to be a lot of resistance, man. Because Esau going to fight first. Then Jake going to fight. And it's going to be a fight for survival.
Flip-floppers. Overthinkers.
You know where that came from. So, it's getting real ugly, Yasharala. And see, people so slow, they think, okay, Trump doing that, I'll just vote for Kamala Harris. That's how I do that. But they running the same game plan, man. They work for the same people, man. The small hatters, 1948ers. Donald Trump and Kamala Harris both work for them. And whatever plan Esau got set in motion is going to go into play, no matter who president. You know, so I got a clip. I was watching the Elder, and he caught, you know, Kamala Harris talking that crazy talk too. Like, this stage, it's getting tyrannical, man. It's getting to like dictatorship. So check out Kamala Harris.
Because they have a responsibility to help fight against this threat to our democracy, which this is not a democracy. It says if you don't police your platforms, we're going to hold you accountable, right? And this is the video.
And will put the Department of Justice of the United States back in the business of justice. We will double the Civil Rights Division and direct law enforcement to counter this extremism. We will hold social media platforms accountable for the hate infiltrating their platforms, because they have a responsibility to help fight against this threat to our democracy. And if you profit off of hate, if you act as a megaphone for misinformation or cyber warfare, if you don't police your platforms, we are going to hold you accountable as a community.
You see, right there, in the reality of it is the threat to their democracy is the truth. They're really talking about the Hebrew Israelites. And this is why we telling you.
Yes, y'all check that out, man. That's the Elder right there. Did a beautiful breakdown. And that's Kamala Harris, man, talking that draconian talk. Talk about coming at you. She talking about attacking the First Amendment, freedom of speech. And then she do that, she talking about using force. If you don't go with what her administration say is the truth, you're an enemy of the state, and they're going to attack you, man. And this country was supposed to be built on freedom, but now they're talking about taking everybody's freedoms away. And that's going to make Esau Edom fight back, because he likes to roll with the Constitution. And people ain't paying attention. This devil coming with new laws. They about to do away with the Constitution. They about to get on some straight tyrannical dictatorship. They ain't like communism, man. They about to get on that type of stuff. You better do what I say do, or else, because that's going to be that beast system that's coming into play. And it's about to be war out here, Yasharala. Because, you know, like I know, man, Esau is not going to roll over and take that. Esau got that sword. And I'm talking about like your everyday working class Edomite, so-called white man. Your everyday worker that got all, you know, be hunting all the time. Got all them guns. They're going to use them. So let's get to it. I got something that popped my spirit as I said that.
Thinkers, I can't even. We've got a meal with your name on it.
So let's go to Matthew 12 and 26. It says, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? And we can answer that question. It's not going to stand. This war coming up is the end of Esau, Edom's rulership, man. So-called white man. And like the scripture said, what's going to happen? They're going to start fighting each other. And it's going to be like the people versus the government. That's how it's going to start. It's already beginning now. It's going to start like that. Once the Edomites get their militia group going, and then Esau got their government officials going, they're going to say, are we doing this? We implementing this. The militia group's going to say, we the people. No, we not doing that. And then I can see their military splitting too, Yasharallah. I can see all it takes is one charismatic general or lieutenant or whoever to say, I didn't sign up for this. I signed to protect my country, and declare that the government is an enemy to the country, and there you go. They're not going to turn in their equipment to the country and be like, here your Apache helicopter back, here your tanks back, here your amp. Nah, they're going to use it, man, and fight back against his government. I could see that happening, y'all. They had a movie about it. I highly recommend you to go watch, man. They had a movie called Civil War, which kind of showed the backdrop of how, which is going to be way worse. But we're seeing the effects of it already. You got Joe Sixpacks busting at, FEMA troops. So now Esau is giving, his government agents and the military immunity to do what they need to do to clean out, clean that land out. Shed blood. That's what they're about to do. And it's going to be Esau versus Esau, which is Satan versus Satan. Those are all devils. The devils are about to fight each other, Yasharallah. Like the precept said, if Satan cast out Satan, how can his kingdom stand? And it won't. It can't. This place is about to collapse because the elite Edomites, the government Edomites, don't want to take care of the working class poor Edomites. They don't want to do it. So it's a big disconnect, and they're going to fight. And Jake, 2/3 simple Jake going to get in the middle of it. Oh, this is my country too. Esau going to rile up Jake to fight with him against their own government. And say, well, you got this wisdom and understanding. Hey, step to the side. Let the devil fight for his own country. This is his mess. Let him clean it up. We ain't got this. This ain't our fight. And see, we going to be, on the run trying to avoid this devil because they're going to be trying to, throw us in camps and trying to, convince us to get a microchip. The dollar crash is going to lead to war. When they announce the dollar crash on the news, the working class Edomite man going to go crazy. Because he's used to having cash money. And they know without no cash money, the digital money, that's the end of privacy. Edomites know that. So they're going to fight. And that's when all hell going to break loose. Because then, the government going to declare martial law. They can do whatever they want to do after that. So then when that happens, they can be pacific and sick out Jake. They can just attack Jake. And there will be nothing, no anybody else going to intervene, do nothing about that. So we're going to be going through what our ancestors went through in a short amount of time when these devils, started enacting draconian laws they got signed up. And it's about to happen soon. This ain't far out. This is about to happen real soon. You're going to see the tension with the presidential candidates if they make it off in there. If Trump get in there, hey, it's game time. If Kamala Harris get in there, it's game time. Either way it go. We looking at civil war real soon. So that's why we say, man, getting this truth. Get your act together, because, matter of fact, we'll leave off with that, because this was about to happen real soon. We're about to go into Jacob's trouble. This is Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And see that right there? But he should be saved out of it brings a lot of comfort. That's why we in this truth. Because we know what Esau Edom about to do. We know what the so-called white man about to do. And when they enact all these laws, start jumping on Jake, it's going to be Jacob's trouble. And the 2/3 Jakes who ain't paying attention, not in this truth, not watching the prophets, they still drunk on that Babylon juice, they're going to be the first ones to get, knocked upside the head or get drilled out or starved to death because they weren't paying attention. They don't know. And the Lord ain't going to show them no mercy because he ain't showing no mercy by delivering this truth to them. So you can tell who's blessed and who's not. We get to that point where you can see everybody mostly in their lots because we ain't got that much longer to go. You can just tell this thing about to really heat up. They can do a false flag T attack and heat things up. They can start another war in another country and heat things up. We have World War III is going on right now. And now the people getting angry because they done lost. Like a lot of houses been destroyed in Florida, North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia. A lot of people lost their stuff, y'all, Sharala. Truckers can't even get into certain areas no more. Towns are just wiped out. And then the government only wanted to do is give people $750 loans, and it pissed the people off. And the Edomites starting to see that they ain't got their white privilege no more. The government is not serving them no more. You know how Esau do? If something ain't serving him, he look to unalive it. That's how Esau get down. If it ain't working for him, it's causing him irritation, he gonna use that sword, man. Which in modern day sword is a firearm, a gun. And right now, they probably talking to their social media websites and all that social, they trying to rile up the troops. They probably trying to rile each other up. Like, look what they doing. We got to stick together. They trying to get their plans together. At the same time, the government signing new laws so they can jump on the people. Because they know they're aggravating the people. They know the people want to get at them. So they making sure they got all their FEMA. They're going to get the UN troops. But they're going to get all kind of troops, y'all, Sharala, in order to jump on us and put us in camps. That's what the future holds. That's what prophecy holds. That's what's coming. And a lot of Jakes are not ready. A lot of them are not ready. So we got to be all the way fully invested in the spirit with our hearts hardened so that we don't fall out emotionally when these Jakes start getting jacked up by Esau. Because they got it coming, man. They should have gotten this truth instead of being stiff-necked. Because the Lord about to show, bring it. He's about to bring the drama through war. And they not ready. So we give all praise and glory that we are ready. We got this truth. So with that being said, man, I've just been edifying. I want to say Kwam Yashar Allah. And stay locked in because Yahweh Shah is quickly on the way. Shalom.